What's up everybody, it's Greet here, welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to give you guys a slight beginner guide. Now I say slight because I actually made this video yesterday as well, like 4 or 5 times. A couple of times I stumbled over my words. The other times it turned out to be well over an hour. So really on this video I will try to go through everything quickly, let you know what's important. And simply I won't go into too much detail, so there might be a chance that after this video you still have some questions. Feel free to comment those down below in the comment section or message me on Discord or in game, and I try to answer the best I can. Now normally I would edit my footage, do some jump cutting, add the audio like I'm speaking now, add the audio later on into the video. As this takes quite some time and I'm quite a busy person, I will try to do it this way and just give you live footage of the game and me speaking in the background. So perhaps, I don't know how long it's going to turn out. Perhaps sometimes I'll be drinking some water, catching my breath or whatever. But yeah, I will try. Alright, so first things we are going to discuss. If you go to the More tab on the right bottom, you will see schooling, so we go straight to there. Once again, I really try to get through it quick so you don't have to watch an hour of footage. So here in the schooling tab, you obviously got your weapons, which we will speak about first. Now you got a couple of different weapons, not all of them I've used, but a lot of times I or people in general get the question like, what weapon is good, I'm new to this game, what should I use, etc. So I try to explain every weapon in just a couple of words. Hunting sword, I've tried it, not used it much. Damage is amazing on charged attacks. Downside, I would say, during those charged attacks you can get interrupted by the beast attack. Therefore I would say the damage is great, but the skill ceiling is a little bit higher, or not even the skill ceiling maybe, because the combinations are quite easy. But you must have your timing, your positioning right, and preferably know how the beast will act, his move list, etc., what he will do, things like that. So then Force Hammer. Force Hammer also is amazing. I will not argue about it, but I would say it's maybe one of the best weapons in game, simply because again of the damage it deals as well as the stagger rate you get with it. Force Hammer, basically you make use of flints. Flint is like a piece of charcoal which you attach to the beast or whatever you want to call it. And once you release your combo on that flint, it will do a bonus amount of damage. So Force Hammer is really a great weapon for that. Again, great damage. Downside also is skill ceiling. I would say you have to practice it quite a bit to get the hang of it, especially if you want to be good at it at every single beast, because every beast or monster, let's put it for monster for now, acts differently. So great damage, a little bit difficult to handle, but you gotta get used to it. Fury Blades, I've not really used myself, only during the tutorial, so there's really not much I can say about it. Fury Blades, I would say the benefit is you can hit monsters mid-air more easily, so like flying types kind of monsters, dragons and such. And damage, I believe, is okay. I've read that it was not so good, and somebody else told me that it's quite decent, close to good. So try that out. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Flux Blaster. Personally, I'm not really good at it. If you look at the damage standpoint, I've seen other people in videos who do huge damage with Flux Blaster, with using this laser. So I would say try it out. Benefit obviously is because you are ranged, so there's less chance of getting hit. I use it myself for the support role, which I will speak about in a minute. Then for the last, Eidolon Spear. This is my absolute favorite. In the beginning it may look a bit daunting because it's like so many combinations, holding the A button, holding B button. Oh yes, I forgot about that. I don't know if you guys see this as well. Sometimes my phone, the time on my phone before the screen turns black, like 2-3 minutes or so. So sometimes I just gotta like press or do something. Either way, Eidolon Spear. it may look daunting at the beginning because there's like so many combinations of holding B, holding A, weapon mode, side mode, parasol mode, whatever. Honestly, I would say, and we will show that in a bit, is to check the move list and really just practice it. Even on small monsters, you can just practice it, see what button does what, and simply go from there. It took me in the beginning a lot of time as well. I was watching every video and trying to memorize the combinations, and eventually you just get the hang of it. Again, it's a great damage weapon, so definitely recommend it. Alright, so next on we will go to over the different tabs. Now when you press here on one of your weapons, you got these circles and this one on the Self-Reliance and Protection. Now right now I got the Flux Blaster, for example, but every weapon has this usually, and that's the general idea of it. Protection is obviously more for like shields or HP for you as individual or for your whole team, and the Self-Reliance is really pure damage focus. However, protection often I think it is often does a good amount of damage as well, so don't be like unsure about that, like protection is only for HP, healing, shielding, etc. That's not. You can do a great amount of damage with protection builds as well. But this is an example for, I'm using Flux Blaster, I'm using it for healing, for example, if you look at this. And yeah, that's the thing to note. One more thing to add actually. Once you do change it, make sure you press on the activate button, as you guys can see here. If you don't activate it, which I'll show it right now, not activate it. If you don't activate it, which sometimes I tend to forget, obviously you're still using the same build as before. So next one, quick, we go over to the elements. As you guys can see, or I can actually give you an example. Skip all this part if you wish to. Here you guys can see, when you look at the beast, it's strong against fire, weak against ice. That means every or almost every beast has a weakness. Make sure you always change your element to this beast, its weakness, simply to deal more damage. Before doing a bounty quest, an expedition, and exploration also kinda, because you know what monsters are going to spawn most likely, so you can change this in advance. Alright, so we get out of the schooling tab. The next important thing, and there's a few here if you look at upgrades. Really, again, trying to go through it quickly. Our Kallar Gems, every piece of equipment can inlay some gems. First thing to note, I would say, is lay in the gems that make up your build. And this is personal preference, right? Everybody's build will be different. Some people maybe think, I want to be tanky, I want to have more HP, more defense. Some people, like me, want to go for critical rate, critical damage, and just hit nutty numbers. So yeah, make sure you put in the right gems for that. You can see it here, basic attribute and what each of them give. Crit damage, all damage, etc. Then also you got this unlocking one. At level 51 you can put I can at least put a fort. Now, so gems is already one thing, right? Look at the gems you want, and this will make up a big part of your build and damage and GS and everything. Second part, which is really important in Kallar Gems, is resonance overview. If you look at there, and let's say, I don't know, we were now on chest armor, I believe. You start off with like 2 purple ones, for example, and you get this buff: vitality 40%, physic 40%. If you go ever to the last one, look at this buff that you all get: critical, trauma, physical def, HP, all resist. It's quite huge. So make sure you look at this, and you have to, like, for example, inlay 4 gold gems in 1 purple in order to get this buff. And this will definitely bring up your power output to a whole lot. So that's it for Kallar Gems. Then we go to Memory Insignia. Memory Insignia you can get through Purgatory challenges. This is a dungeon. You can get, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as sometimes I have 3 and sometimes I have 2, but I believe this is just because the last day I didn't finish. But basically you get 2 tries every day. I will just show it quickly. Forget where I'm going, or remember it actually. But it was not part to show you guys this. You see remaining attempts right now 0. but I got 3 of those mutant cleansers, vials, or whatever you want to call them. Means I can do it 3 more times, right? But your remaining attempts is what you get daily, and those vials you can use whenever. So that's that. Let me just get back. My recording button is also in this way, so because the memory insignia, you get memory insignias from Purgatory. One thing to note, and you can actually look at it when you look at the album, is the bonus buff you get. For example, Berserker Insignia. If you equip 2 of them, you get 10% crit rate. If you equip 4 of them, you get 20% crit damage. So I was just distracted by this message. Here you can take a look at all of the insignias and what they give you, and make your build around it. There's quite some good ones, right? There's not really a right or wrong, personally, and I think most of the people would go for damage or raids or stuff like that. Not really def or HP, but you know, if people want to be tanky, and maybe later in other events this gonna be more important. For example, if there's gonna be someone who needs to be tanked to take the aggro and stuff like that. So definitely take a look at the album. What else is there to note? You got 3 basic stats. Here it actually give you 4, but if you look at this one, for example, the trauma rate came only at level 20. This is like an extra statistic you get at this level. Whoa, so many messages, guys. I'm getting out of my out of the focus. But yeah, you got your basic stats, and at level 20 you get the additional stat, which actually somebody on the Discord 8 helped me with this, because I didn't quite understand it. But at level 20, so when you're maxing out your insignia, you get additional stat, and this is just really gacha. You gotta have lucky on this one. So let's see what else there is to talk about. Yeah, you can actually enhance them by using your other insignias. If you press on autofill, for example, you can select if you want your XP pool. Well, I got 154k right now. I'm saving them only for the gold or the purples. You can choose I want my common ones, and then press on max. As I have none, it will not select any. If I press rare and press max, it will give me 2 levels. If I press also epic and I go max, it will give me 4 levels. If I press XP pool and max, it will give me 4 levels again, because that's the max level I can get on this insignia apparently. Thought I would get some more. But yeah, insignias definitely very, very important again for your power and GS. One thing to note, that GS is not everything, guys. GS is definitely more GS, more powerful you are, most likely. But it also depends a lot on how you build yourself, and I want to say skills, but know your weapon, right? Know the weapon, know your beast slightly. Use the right combinations for your weapon to deal the most damage. Very next is Kallar Sigil. Again, very strong, very important. So really focus on this. First, learn your weapon. The Kallar Gems, memory insignia. Now, Kallar Sigils. The left side is the active skill you get. If you look at here, for example, I'm saving for explosive wave. Here you will see what effect it gives you, and simply, yeah, just collect them and level them up as high as you can, because I will show you guys. If you go back and go to resonance, you get a buff for unlocking a gold or blue or purple one to the max level, and you'll see the buffs of resonance right here on the right. So definitely very important to do that as well. That's why, for example, when you are leveling up, right now I don't really got a good example. Normally you would get these pieces, as you can see, these puzzle pieces. But if you don't got enough, you can use your Sigil fragments, which you can buy and shop as well as get them occasionally. I always buy the blue ones and the purple ones, simply because I want to unlock this resonance buff, right? So when you do that, look, as you can see here, I got a couple for those as well. When you do that, you get this buff, and you can use those little puzzle fragments to unlock it or upgrade it. Now if you go to the right side, however, these are your passives, and they will give you some stat bonuses and some extra benefit. If you look, there's 100%, 60%, 30%, and then next one, I don't know because I haven't unlocked it yet. I would assume somewhere like 10% or 20, I don't know. Either way, this means it will give 100% of the statistics of the, I would say, the attribute bonus. It will give 100%, so HP, physical attack, physical defense, blah blah. This it will give you 100%. The effects will be the same whether I think it's 400 or 60%. It will still give you like the full percent. Like this is not going to be 60%, for example, of 3.4% damage. I assume. I will not guarantee it, but this is how I would think it. Because this is, well, the percentage will only count on the attribute bonuses. So obviously you put your strongest one first. Why? Because the strongest one will give you 100%. The next strongest one will give you 60%, and the ones after will give you 30, and whatever number comes on level 55. So keep that in mind when inlaying them. Just make sure that your strongest one is at the top. What else is there to note here? You can again use the Sigil fragments, puzzle pieces, etc. Actually, I would do it on this one, for example, because this is the epic one that I wanted most. I might use the other ones just to unlock these purple ones as well, but that's for later. No need to put that in a video. So resonance, we showed you guys this to get the buff. The backpacks is obviously what you got. So that was it for Kallar Sigils. Let me quickly check the time. Time 6:45, because I got some work to do soon, so I'm really trying to get through it quickly. We are on the schedule though. Alright, so the next one I want to speak about is retainers. What shall we do first? First we go to summon. What I do is I always collect everything. A question you get pretty often. Can we move this record button to the bottom, please? Yes, thank you. The first question me or again people in general get often is, should you buy the crests? I've already bought them, so I cannot show you. Normally under the weekly total, there's like this 20% off, which is to buy every week. You can buy 2 chests for each of them 5 crests, so that's like 10 total. Usually I buy them if you have the spare crystals. If you don't, then don't, because they are not the most important. But if you do, feel free to spend them. What I always focus on is I always save up till I get 100 summons a week, right? Like today I will also get a free one, so then I'll be on 95, and I can do some arena challenges to get the other 5. That's no problem for me. But never summon, let's say on a Sunday, and do 30 summons, and then those 30 is not wasted. You get the rewards, but you will not get the rewards of this weekly total, which I would aim for, because again it's free stuff, right? So usually I would end up with like 85 summons or so. Then I summon that, and then you will see I get another 5 at 60, so that's 90, and the other 10 I figure out usually by buying crests or something like that, and I will get my 100 every week. If I know I will not make the 100 this week, then I will simply not summon till I have 100 pieces and just wait for the next week to make sure I get all of those rewards. So that's the summoning part. Now what we are going to discuss next is the retainers. So let me just head over to this page. Now every retainer has a active skill, a passive, and this is just stat bonuses. For your main battle settling, if you go to there, for your main you always want to put one retainer with, I would argue, a decent active skill, decent to good, right? But the main thing I focus on personally is the passive skills. Why? Because the passive is again what makes up your build. If I want to go for critical damage, critical rate, attack damage, piercing rate, for example, then I always look at the passives. Each of the retainers in your battle settling will all count for their passives. So that's why I've selected. You will probably be asking why you have this level 40 over there, this epic one, when you got some SSR. And actually I might change it because I got mine yesterday. But if you look at the passive, increase Hunter's critical rate by 3%. Obviously, if it would be better upgraded, it would be 6%. That's why I chose this one. The only benefit I would get if I put in a SSR one, which I will probably change anyways, right? But let's say I would put Gagama. You see, there's a lot of more retainer attributes, which are the stats. I'm not speaking about the passive right now because I will probably change it anyways. But if you look on the third position, assist retainers will provide a 2.5 attribute bonus for the hunter. So it will only get like a small attribute bonus to me if I would put like a better SSR rate or something like that. So it's not really that I feel like the passive matter more than the attribute bonus I would get from putting a better SSR. So that's why I only focus on the passive and then the one that's in my main, because the main will always be there by your side. I look at some decent or pretty good active skill as well. As you can see, the beast will get some more damage received, and that's why I put Zatu as first. His passive will still count if I put him as second or third, right? But his active skill is pretty nice, so that's why I put him first. So it's not necessarily about the grade. If you put a bigger grade in your team, yeah, you do get more GS, but passives. Take a look at passives and make up your build like so. Together with the gems, the insignias, the sigils, retainers also give you quite a good bonus. So look at the passives for that. What else is there to mention? Let me just check this real quick. Actually, already got Kagama on my team. I forgot I did this yesterday. Yeah, retainers is done. Then as well as for the summons. And then the next thing we are going to discuss, which I haven't done for some time actually. If you go to, then I must say it right, if you go to Commission, here you can accept commissions. Why do I say this? Because again, if you look here at hunting or exploration, you again get gems or siglites, gold pieces. And those are really important. You want to collect those. So that's why you can always accept a mission to do so. Another way to obtain them is going to retainer and then dispatch retainers. See, yeah, I can press it. And you have your regional event. Right now I got 0-1 because it's not reset yet. But make sure you do these every single day. Usually I'll be... Can I check this? No, I cannot check this. Usually I'll be guarding for... What's the name of this piece? It's like this little tentacle worm kind of thing. Usually I'll be doing guarding simply to obtain those pieces. And then later when I have enough pieces, I'll be hunting for gold siglites. Do we have an example here? No, we don't. Either way, make sure you do this every day, guys. Your exploration commission and retainer dispatch retainers. Then the last thing I wrote down to tell you guys about is the shop. And I'm actually pretty happy how it's going today. We are only 23 minutes strong. Yesterday it was like 3 times more. So the shop, you got some different shops, right? You got this shop here, and you also got Kallarite Mall. So as we are here, let's start with this right now. The daily deals, obviously this cost Kallarite, so we are not going over that. You do get this this grow pack daily, I believe. It should pop up here somewhere every day, but you just get some of those Fangle. Not really amazing if you ask me, or that important, but definitely as it's free, grab it, right? So here this all cost Kallarite, so let's skip that. Value Mall is there are some crystal pieces here, so that's what we take a look at. I've already bought it, the Sharp Gem Tornado. Every week it's there. Make sure you buy it if it interests you. Once again, like if you scroll down, for example, there should be some other ones like this one, HP, defense, and the other one is physic, HP, and defense. Now I will not go over every single statistic right now. What is physic, what's HP, defense, which is quite common, but physic or vitality, etc. That's for another time. Or again, you may ask them in the comment section and I will answer them. But yeah, as these don't quite interest me, as I purely go for attack, I've not bought them. But if they do, definitely buy them. This is where you want to spend your crystals, and a few other places as well, which I will show you. Yeah, you can actually see here the hunting insignia pack L and the light Waconium were also for sale for crystals, so definitely buy those every time as well. And then the gems, whatever fits your build. Here, nothing interesting. Here you see the quest pack I was speaking about to summon retainers. So these I bought simply because I needed some more summons. I had enough crystals, so that's why I took them. You could also get these Kallarite quests, like per summon thingy stone individually, but I don't need it, so I keep my crystals for now. Normally the quest is really what you want to spend your crystals on at last, right? First you want to buy the other stuff, and then if you got enough and you think like, I need some summons, I want some summons, then spend them on these. But first, always the hunting insignia pack, Waconiums, gems if they fit your build, and I think there's a few other places which we will show you soon. So we go out of this shop, now we go to the mall and we go to the actual shop. Here you got the honor emblem shop, which you get. How do you get those exactly? You get them a lot of ways, yeah. Bounties, I believe it's bounties, or the what's it called? The commission ones, which it actually says here. Whoa, it says commission. I just woke up. Sorry, guys. What you want to spend those on? Waconium always, because later on, even if you don't need them now necessarily to level up your gear, later on you can refine your gear, which I'll actually show you this also as a bonus. I didn't plan it, but I'll show it because it's quite important as well. Always spend your stuff on Waconium, no matter what. The rest is just gifts, so honestly I don't buy them. I did buy a few for retainers as I unlocked quite some retainers. I think I'm only missing one retainer or two maybe. But yeah, I wanted to level up one, so I bought a few of those as I got enough anyways. Tempest Hunt, again, very important. I always buy my stamina. Again, stamina will means you're doing more commissions. More commissions means you're doing more hunting or guarding. Means you can do more or obtain more Aegis Sigilite, which they're also selling here. So I'm always buying the stamina. I'm also buying this actually, as I have enough coins right now. Next one, I always buy the epic Sigilite and the rare ones as well. As you can see here, I didn't even buy it yet. Now we did. The reason why is because before I showed you the resonance buff, I think it was called, when upgrading one Kallar Sigil completely blue or purple or gold, you get this extra buff. That's why I buy these, so I can get one of them at least up to the max level and then obtain this buff. So again, quite important. Color Crest I'm not buying here. I think it's just a waste of what's it called, Tempest Hunt coins or something. Tempest Brooch. I think it's a waste of that. Right now I got quite a lot and I've already bought the other pieces, so honestly I could say I buy it, but that's 1600 for just 2 pieces, so in my opinion it's not worth it, right? Here I've not spent anything here yet because I'm looking what I can obtain by summoning. Obviously I absolutely love Zatu. I don't think we can get it in summoning, so I would maybe spend it here, but this is an extra. Don't look at this too much. Spend whatever you feel like on, right? Whatever retainer fits your build and whatever you want to spend it on. Then, what are these called? Hunting stones. Hunting stones you get from donating to the Alliance, as well as participating in Alliance events. What should you buy here? Hunting packs, again, because hunting packs means more Alliance stones. I don't know the exact name for this, what they are called. And you can increase your Alliance stack, which means more GS, more power, more damage, etc. So always get the hunting packs. I will probably buy this later. It's not necessary right now, because either way, if I buy them now or not now, later on I will be without 0 stones anyway. So I also buy the stones that again fits and suit my build. For example, Sharp Gem Deluge. Can we see the stats on this? No, we cannot. But basically, again, buy the gems that fit your build. If not, such as the Def Kallar Gem, the Square Gem Mountain, it doesn't really interest me, so I'm not buying it. So yeah, that's the reason what to spend on the Alliance Trade Center. Then you got these Kallar Gem shops, which I could buy some of, but again, just what interests me. The only one I would get is the Tornado one for strength and attack. But right now I don't have enough coins, so I just leave it like that. The monthly pass is quite important. If you have it unlocked, of course. If you don't, then honestly, I thought it would be more beneficial. But you know, it's just extra benefit and you get it for a month anyways. So for me, that was like, it's worth the price. Again, Waconium, because Waconium, you will need it later, which I will show you in a minute. Again, hunting packs, and as it was quite cheap and I got enough crystals anyways, I also bought the SSR Insignias. I also could again get the crests, but just if I need them, just extra. Summer Festival is an event right now. What would you buy here? Yeah, really, just whatever suits you. You could go for one of these for the Epic Sigil pack again to upgrade them to purple to the max level and get this buff bonus, as well as attack gems. Like you got again this sharp gem and hurricane. One has critical, the other is trauma, and yeah, these are pretty nice. So I would buy them when you can. And then what did I wanted to show you guys as extra? Baconium, yeah, I remember. So little extra bonus that I didn't plan. When you go to more and you go to equipment, you obviously got your equipment forge to upgrade to the next level, as well as enhance. And right now I cannot show an example because mine are maxed except for this one. But normally when I get the next grade of forging or upgrading, I could level this up for another 5 levels, just like these. But once you have done that, I don't remember exactly what level, you can also refine them. And refining again is so important, because if you look at the resonance buff once again, when you get to the max level, the buff you get, the piece rate, is absolutely crazy. So definitely get these resonance buffs as well. So refine them. That's why Waconium is so important. And I could actually show you because it cost a lot. Is there any buff for level? No, level 20 is the next buff. So I can upgrade this to level 20. Not all of it, but you can see how expensive it is. For example, if you just a couple of times, it will go quite quickly, as you can see. I make sure I go per buff. So right now I did everything level 10. Now we will do everything level 20 and so on till we got the next buff unlocked. But as you can see, it's quite expensive. So get all the Waconium you can. And yeah, that's basically it for the beginner guide. We are 33 minutes strong. Quite long. I will put timestamps in the description below. And I hope it helped you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was not too long. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.